Hey guys, it's Kusi. Let me welcome you to the episode 8 of Just Considering to Cheat just to get through the series.
I'm an adult virgin.
In this Zero to Hero, give me some score after midnight.
Stop it. Get some help.
Sub-Broke Edition. In the last episode, we finally gotten some progress while not only timing 12s on our way to 3k, we also made some personal progress in, finally, not having the blue ball trinket in our vault for once. Though not everything was sunshine and sack of terrors, as we also felt the harsh reality of Mythic Plus after we got called boosted, even though we never failed a mechanic or died to anything. And do you know how ass your damage has to be called out like that from a dude that absolutely would have taken a party wipe just for his own DPS sake? But that sparked something in me, and so we need to get our shit together. Figure out what am I missing to actually do damage. And we will learn the secret technique for pugging, because today I'm fed up playing my own keys and turning them from 13 to 10 just like that. So instead, we are going to apply for them and potentially yoink a spot in the streamer's key.
You're a liar, a cheater, a sinner.
So if you're ready for this episode full of fails, joy, score and abandoning, then make sure to leave a like just like you always do, because it helps the video out so much. And if you haven't, you can also subscribe for totally free, as at this point we are less than 100 away. Alright, so after getting called out for my low DPS, which is the WoW term for saying
You have a tiny wiener.
I was ready to change things. And nothing says long shaft more than a dude with a deep voice and a big beard.
We are chilling, we are pumping.
Oh yeah, he's packing heat for sure. He's also packing some damage, so I absolutely enjoyed listening to his explanations. What I gathered from his rotation compared to mine was that first and foremost, I waste a lot of cooldowns for the sake of killing the pack. That means whenever my big 90-second CDs come up, I should save my Shadow Dance and Symbol stacks instead of using it at the end of the pack. I know this sounds very baseline for you, but in my head, if I don't use it, it's wasted, because nobody else is using anything. But in a solid pool, you want at least 2 stacks of Shadow Dance, so you can spend pretty much your entire big CD window in the dance. Makes sense. Noted. Another thing I really never paid attention to was Dance Macabre. Dance?
Are you stupid or something?
Dance Macabre. For every different ability that either gains or spends combo points during Shadow Dance, all the damage of any of those spells gets increased. I legit never used backstab in Shadow Dance, but because you get a guaranteed max combo point on the first gainer after dancing, now I start to use the plain ass backstab as an opening spell before going into burst mode. But what's even more important, the existence of Dance Macabre now triggers a aha moment. Because now it makes sense to run a talent that gives you 4 seconds more Shadow Dance duration after being 6 seconds out of combat. Now, how is that relevant? I can tell you. It means that my overall damage is so shit because of all the chain pull muppets that are trying to ruin my vibe. If this sub-rogue explanation told me anything, it's that tanks are the reason for my lack of DPS.
I'll be damned.
Oh, and to use backstab after Shadow Dance. But most importantly, tanks. And all I can say is, I knew it. Always tanks, man. It's never me, it's always them. However, one thing, and that's a fact, you can't control about your own cooldown management, is sometimes it's just like in the floodgate we had. We do a decent pull, which will probably take a minute, so it makes sense to use my cooldowns, but then the tank afterwards pulls a big pack onto the boss that I never expected, since I've never seen it like this. With communication, this would have been better. With that being said, it was an absolute mindbender for me to just now squeeze a backstab in my usual just 3-button rotation during Shadow Dance window, but I'm slowly getting used to it. It also just came to mind that with Midnight, we could actually use both Facility and Cold Blood, and that's gonna be hella cool. Now then, enough yapping. Let's get something done. I was instantly ready and pretty overconfident I nailed these new tips and tricks, because after all, it's just a tank, which means we gotta start big, because we ain't got time for being a bitch. 13 Arakara, baby. Still one that is absolutely not considered a fan favorite. I don't mind the dungeon. Since I played it on all 3 roles, I can say it's fine, but I have a specific issue that is just reoccurring in here, which I'll talk about later. First boss though, the Party Breaker. Not only did we have some solid damage early on to deal with the adds quick, we also had good position. Is what I would love to tell you here. Truth is, our DK didn't even give 2 shits about the spiders. We had to clutch up so hard and get this done, and I was fighting for my life pretty much the entire time. However, easily the most annoying thing in here, and so we move. And besides the occasional death, we were at least somewhat on track. The big Buckload Overload fell with 8:30 to go, which is absolutely rough. Rough. No questions asked, but we still have less to spend during the final boss, so there is a chance. It's still in the realm of being doable. What wasn't doable was that wonky pull our tank pulled off that I personally have never seen. Besides the Overseer at the beginning, he pulled one to the right as well. Technically, that is absolutely playable, because there are other packs with 2 Overseers as well. But the difficult part was nobody saw it coming. And then he of course flamed somebody else cause no freedom. Lol. Again, keep in mind, the tank didn't say a word, unless it was to degrade somebody. That's not how you communicate with the common goal in mind to time the key. Which is the problem I have with Arakara. It's usually tanks overpulling. Whatever, at this point I know this drill, so we're just gonna do the 12 and...
Oh, he dead.
Back to the drawing board I guess. Is there a way to play Arakara without tanks? Just asking for a friend here.
No?
Disregarding all the bricking, all the frustration about all the keys I had to play to just again get back up to 12 just to break them again, all of that brought me to a record low. So I was ready to cheat. I saw this in the LFG tool, a streamer doing viewer keys. So I checked them out. And because he just started the stream and his view count was still down, I decided to charm in. Now, I know you sit here and say, disgusting! But here's the reality. Nobody knows who I am. I'm just some key depleting muppet. It also didn't seem like they knew I was recording any of it, so we went for the ride. With that being said, go to Drenpi? Maybe I should have asked how to pronounce the name. Anyways, go follow him on Twitch, because he does viewer keys, and it was super hilarious to listen to him having a good old banter with his friends in Discord. But long story short, so the last of you crybabies can calm down and uncheck the dislike, we didn't time the key. Okay, nothing gained, nothing lost. Besides the fact that it felt so much more chill to not play my own key with the omega pressure of messing it up. What was also funny was this BM Hunter off, top DPS died 4 times, had 0 kicks, 0 CCs used, apparently Turtle also not on the bars, but hey, he did damage, and ain't that something. The feeling of relaxation when playing somebody else's key got to me though. So I kept applying, and for some reason, some damn reason, people deemed my 2.8k alongside a 712 item level 4 worthy enough to be invited rather quickly. In this run specifically, I felt the theory I had earlier where going out of combat will increase my DPS. First 3 pulls I was able to stealth, and the damage looked absolutely acceptable. It was mind-blowing to see how this party was so well made in terms of making the right decisions on who to invite. Besides some random deaths that didn't really have any consequences, overall this group was packing some heat. And I just focused on damage, preferably sitting on targets that just have to die first, or simply casters to instantly kick, and the overall so far shows. Big fan. Now haters would say, a smooth, yet not perfect run, with an expected result, which now ensures we need 2 more dungeons for a resilient angle. I also now, for the first time ever, saw the neck and flood drop, which you guys been telling me about for weeks and I didn't believe any of you. I thought it was just a lie. But the triple M is real, dude, and it packs avoidance apparently. So at this point, we need both Tazavesh dungeons on 12. And because this new and secret tech I learned called applying to keys worked so well, I just kept doing that. Not even 5 minutes later, I was in the next run, which is crazy if you consider my dumbass just pushed his own key non-stop. And this run was so promising at the start. We had it all. CR, a heal up with kick, plenty of buffs for your boy, and communication. Because we called for Bloodlust on the second pack, and guess what? Hey, I said communication, not good or successful communication. Though at least this run disproved my everyone is better at making parties than me fear I developed during the Floodgate. Because 5 deaths before the first boss is down and nothing to sneeze at. The peak communication continued as both the monk and I were calling for lust during the postman, to the point where we had to beg for it, since neither the hunter nor the shaman felt like it's their responsibility. Now, fortunately, we recovered from the 5 early deaths and the attempt for a weekly no luster, which then gets us another 12 in the bags. But here's the insane part. The gift, the sign, the last straw of Blizzard finally telling me to get going. As I rerolled my key, I got the one, the only one I so desperately need Gambit. And I kid you not, I took only the most insane people I was able to find. The absolute meta comp. We got a Resto Druid, we got double DK and augmentation. Huh? So you're trying to tell me that I will witness somebody putting the augmentation for the final plus 12 key to cement a resilient key level? Whoever had that idea, ban him.
It's you! It's you!
I mean, technically, we got what we need. 2 plus CRs just in case, a Lust, a Frosty K, and 2 Grippies. Meaning nobody is going anywhere. The good thing, however, because we as sub are pretty much always in cooldown windows, so the buffs of the Evoker are never wasted. It was just once again the chain pulling that messed me up sideways. Especially if you consider that from the start to the first boss was one pull, and I lose so much on that opening burst, it's beyond crazy. Speaking of crazy, I completely forgot how insane the CC of augmentation is. The constant knockups are so funny looking, and they are really helpful too. I'm just more and more annoyed about not being able to reset and make use of the extra 4-second dance window, because that's just so much damage. 50% longer dance? Crazy. Though I understand most tanks just want to chain non-stop, because they run that damn trinket from the raid. So for me personally, it's just super bad. I'm sure if we just do pulls after pulls, the overall would be in my favor. So I can't just keep moping. I have to do something about it. So instead, I will just quickly 2-chest this bitch to reveal the resilient angle of plus 12, and now, for sure, the final milestone before reaching 3k. No more 10s, no more pressure on 12s. Now I can just YOLO everything like the tanks do in my keys. Big fan. But because I played so many keys this week, to the point where every damn vault slot was a 12, and because it's Tuesday night, I was happy to call it the week, lock it the next day, and prepare my body for the final upgrades we are grabbing this week. The final push. Hopefully. The final vault. Hopefully. Because there ain't no way we won't get anything insane from the vault at least once during the series. Another blue ball? Are you kidding me, Blizzard? But surely I get something nice from the vault in Dungeon Weekly, right?